On this episode of Hermitcraft, I spend the entire time playing through a spectator camera and recording the process. It's interesting. Hope you enjoy it. Hello to you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sean. People on the internet call me Spumwack, and this is a mushroom. Nope, that was no mushroom. This is a torch. Go. Oh, we saw a little bit of torch. Can we do a steak now? A little bit of steak? Whee! You just see him flying through the stream. Ender pearl? Whoop! So, here's what's gonna happen. Hi there. Wait, what are you doing down there? You just chilling? You just chilling? Oh, that's cool. Mind if I swing my pearl at you? Whatcha! Whatcha! So, welcome to this very special episode of Hermitcraft, because this is the third-person episode. That is correct. This entire episode is going to be done in the third person. I can't even... Oh, there, somewhere up in there. Yeah, we're going to be playing around with camera stuff today. This is really actually sort of an experiment for me, just to see how well I can actually do this. So it should be interesting to see how well this camera thing works, and we're probably going to keep it pretty simple and mostly hang out down here in the future location of the Loci Institute. So probably, I think what I would like to chat about today is, every once in a while I like to do a video talking about YouTube stuff, video making stuff, and I think today is going to be a good opportunity to do that. So what I'm thinking is, first I want to chat about music rights and stuff like that. Also, I got some viewers saying that this thing over here, this zombie pit, was not actually reducing the hostile mob numbers. Apparently that was an update that they did in 1.6, which I was unfamiliar with. So we're probably just going to keep these guys down here, because it will make really nice test subjects once we actually start playing around with the Loci Institute. Look at all their heads turn! Watching them all turn around looks hilarious. And, ooh, one more thing I want to do before I get talking about my diatribe here is look at the lighting. Look at the lighting right near our beacon as we get close. Pow! Every time lightning strikes, it sends this really awesome blue surge of light right in this area. So I'd like to do something with that at some point. I don't know what. I don't know what, but we could find a way to utilize the occasional blue light, because lightning is a hugely prominent issue on the Hermitcraft amplified world. As it turns out, there's something wrong with our box, with our plugin that makes our weather get reset, because we have it set so that when only one person sleeps, it sends nighttime to daytime, but it's not actual vanilla Minecraft sleeping, so it doesn't reset the weather the way it's supposed to. It's supposed to send the command weather clear 10,000 like sleeping does in vanilla. I think that's the exact command, but it doesn't really do that, which is unfortunate. So we have to deal with a ton of weather, like almost like clockwork. 5 minutes after you sleep, it starts thundering again all the time, unless there's someone on to clear the weather. That's been a hugely prominent issue for a while, and it's just we've been lagging on getting it fixed. So I got, go away, spider. I got a link from someone on my subreddit mentioning music for their videos. That's gonna be at least how we start this, is talking by music stuff. Oh, I'm out of beacon range right here, apparently. That sucks. Am I in beacon range right here? There we go. Much better. Talking about music stuff. I don't think it's any surprise that me and many other YouTubers use Kevin MacLeod as the primary source for our music. Should I go down by 2? I think I do. I want to go down by 2, possibly even 3. I don't know, it's gonna be frustrating filling all those chests up again. All those chests that we have, let me show you for a minute over here. All the chests that we have on this side of the room, this giant line right here, is all cobble. Oh, this is nice. None of the zombies care that we're here. So that's fun. So these are all cobble, and this has only been, I think, 5 layers, right? So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is only 5 layers. So we're basically gonna have to have the line of chests of cobble go out to like right here to completely fill this place up. anyways, I think I do want to go down by 3. No, let's go down by 2. Because this isn't going to be totally square when we're done with it, by the way. I'm actually going to make a whole bunch of stalagmites at the bottom. I know that now because of a viewer many moons ago. Stalactites cling tight to the ceiling and stalagmites are on the bottom. That's how I know. Anyway, so we've got all the stalactites up there. I'd like to make the top of the stalagmites start at this second layer. So that's what I want to keep in mind as I'm digging this place out, and that's why we're going to be going down by 2, and then digging slightly more than that as we go a little bit further down. Anyways, music, Kevin MacLeod. I oftentimes get people trying to mention other musicians they like for use in my videos, other people that put their stuff up for Creative Commons. Basically, they say that anyone can use their music. Now, the reason I happen to use Kevin MacLeod almost exclusively has nothing to do with the type of music he makes, although it doesn't hurt that he makes almost every genre, which is, you know, one thing that makes it easier to find the right music for the best situation at any given time. But that's really what this is about. It's about finding the right music. And that is why I also like to use Kevin MacLeod, because he organizes his music much better than any other Creative Commons artist I think I've ever seen before. Let's set torches to 4 so that I can actually start throwing stuff down easily. See, any good Creative Commons artist should have music of many different genres, because I need music to fit with lots of different sounds. I've used Approaching Nirvana because I happen to listen to their stuff anyway, and I don't really need organization because I know what their songs sound like. But I almost never use them because it's not really the style that I like to go for in my videos. I also just realized I've been off camera this entire time. That was my bad. That's why we're experimenting with this. Yeah. So I don't really need organization for artists whose songs I already know, but when you have a musician who's got a library of hundreds or thousands of songs, organization is very important. So when you use Kevin MacLeod, you can organize it by genre, you can organize it by the date it was released, you can organize it by the feeling of the music, which is probably the most common organization thing that I use it for. It's like, that's what I want. When I'm looking up, say, a new series that I'm doing, say I just finished 7 Days to Die. I need to start a new one. A lot of people really enjoyed that series, which is cool, because I had a lot of fun making it. But it seems like a lot of people found me through that series, which is interesting. I'm curious. I said we were done with that particular playthrough, with so many people liked it. I really hope I'm able to get back into it pretty soon. Anyways, so I wanted to look up something that would work well with that series. So all I had to do was go on to Kevin MacLeod's website, incompetech.com, and then look up scary, creepy, dark sounds, and that was the search I needed to do to find music that fit well with a zombie apocalypse game. And then times when I wanted to make, like, the action sequences, I just had to look up suspenseful, thriller, driving epic. And that is something that no other Creative Commons artist really does, is giving you the freedom to match the mood. Otherwise, you like find yourself looking through the song title, or you try to do a Google search for Creative Commons creepy music, and then you get a bunch of like really poorly made music, and it's just not. It's not a good system. It's not a good system. So that's why I use Kevin MacLeod more than anyone else. That's why when people send me links to other musicians, I will I'll generally search through them for a little while, but then almost always go back to using Kevin MacLeod no matter what else I'm doing, because it's just the availability of music sorted through different genres. So that's why I like to use Kevin MacLeod's music. It's organization. And a lot of his music, and a lot of the music that I like to look for in this stuff goes against what most people would think that goes good. I can't talk right now. It's really hard to try to visualize what I want to say in my brain while I'm while I'm third personing. Maybe this was a bad idea. Oh well, maybe it looks kind of cool. So hopefully that'll make it worth it. What's up, slime? Hey, buddy. And smack on a slime all over the place. Where'd the other one go? There he is. So, I get a lot of suggestions from people saying, I really like this artist, you should look into their music. So I do look into their music, and I think most of the time, people recommend someone for a reason, because they think I'll like it. And so I'll be like, oh, you know, this does sound pretty good. I like this music. But one problem... Oh my god. One problem that many people don't realize is that you don't... As someone putting music to their productions, you generally don't put in the songs that you like. Now, it's pretty uncommon for a song that you like to be Creative Commons. That's just the nature of the beast. The primary goal of most musicians is to make a living making music, which of course means they can't give their music away for free. So you won't see a lot of good music being Creative Commons. That's not to say not all good music is, because there are a lot of good people who just make music because they want people to hear it, and they make it Creative Commons so that their name gets out there, which is both noble and reasonable goals, if you ask me. But for the people who actually do put songs that they like on their videos, I hate to say it, but those generally make bad videos. First of all, by only putting songs that you like in there, you are severely limiting the amount of music, the genres of music that you have in your videos. Think about any video... Oh, crap, I just broke that pickaxe. God, that was a brand new one, too. Oh, it still says I'm wearing it in the spectator one, but I'm not. Boop. Wait, is it not? It's not broken yet. Oh, man. Oh, man. That is a freaking lifesaver right there. It was lag that said it broke, and it was even broke on my hotbar, but because I was in spectator mode, I still saw it, and I was able to left click and see that I still had it. Oh, that was glorious, and you could probably even hear the break too, couldn't you? Awesome. So, I gotta go repair that guy. Now, I don't pretend to think that my approach to music is the only way to do it. Absolutely, that is not the case. And there's multiple trains of thought on this issue. I mean, there's a good argument to be made for the fact that you should just put whatever music you want in your video, and it will... I don't know, it'll flavor the video with your own personality and your own style, and that is obviously something big to take into account. If you ever hear me or anyone else giving advice on YouTube stuff, it should always be taken with the grain of salt that that's just what they did to succeed. And I can tell you, if I put the music that I liked on my videos, I don't think my videos would be as good, simply put. I'll not say the music I'd like, the music that I primarily listen to in my free time. The music that I'll put headphones on and listen to when I play is different from the music that I put on top of my videos, because obviously my videos have to relay the feeling of an overall game and not just my perspective on it. Like, when I die to a dragon, I'm obviously frustrated and angry. But when I'm going through the footage later, and I'm looking at that frustration and anger, I'm thinking, wow, this makes really good video. I hit rock bottom, and now I need to climb back from the top. So I'm gonna have something that represents that hitting of rock bottom, and not necessarily that feeling of anger. Now, it would be pretty ignorant of me or anyone else to say... What's that block doing right there? That's weird. It would be pretty ignorant of me or anyone else to say that this was the only way to do it. It just happens to be the way that I see the most people making mistakes. A lot of people will put the music that they like in their videos with no regard to whether or not it fits the feeling of what they're trying to do. Let's get some cover right here. whether or not it fits the feeling of what to do, and even worse, if it's not either public domain or Creative Commons. That's the biggest, one of the biggest things, one of the biggest problems that can get your channel completely shut down, unfortunately. I mean, it probably won't. It probably won't, but sometimes you could be one of the rare, unlucky few who it does, and I want to use an example here, and I'm not entirely sure on this subject, but from what I hear, from what I've learned, that's what happened to King Happy. He had used music which he didn't have all of the rights for, and instead of just getting a little warning letter, someone just opted to get his entire channel shut down. Now, I don't know if he had any previous strikes or if he was wrongly accused or whatnot. This is all what I heard through the grapevine, and frankly, whether or not he actually did anything wrong is unfortunately a bit of a moot point. The reason that I say it is because you need to do everything you can to protect yourself, legally speaking, while doing YouTube videos, because, simply put, we're all in the wrong here, basically. We're operating, I like to say it's a legal gray area, but it's not a legal gray area. The video that you're watching right now, Mojang owns this. Even though I'm putting all the time and effort into these builds, everyone else makes maps and does cool stuff. Mojang owns all of it. They literally do. It's in the terms of service of Minecraft. And they are opting to not monetize it. And occasionally, you'll get musicians, even musicians who people mostly like, to use Metallica as an example, they exercise their copyright rights like there's no tomorrow, like it's going out of style. And they will probably fiercely engage in anyone who has any semblance of traffic using their music without first paying them. And it's unfortunate because the idea of paying a musician is frustrating. Now, there are ways you can buy music licenses to use licensed music on your channels. It's not completely unheard of, and some of the largest channels do this on a regular basis. That's why you see some large channels with that. But depending on the music agency that you go through and the licenses that you get, I mean, I tried to get a license for one song, and it was going to cost me close to $300 a year, and frankly, I'm glad I didn't get it, because I basically did it anyway. I was like, screw it, let's see what happens, and it turns out nobody cares, and I'm probably still legally in the right because it is a parody, so I don't really have to worry about... should be how I put this. I probably don't have to worry about my channel being shut down because of it, but at any point in time, Universal Records could see my channel and see that I use that song, and they could start making a legal battle over whether or not I have the rights to that parody. Which is sad. And that's the I've Got Diamonds video that I've got up and running. I just assume it's not worth it for them because the video is not viral. It's just chilling there. So they're not trying to glean any money out of it. It's not worth them to pay their lawyers over it, and I'll probably fight it, because why not? I live in SoCal. I can just drive to whatever court they want to engage in. I don't have to buy a lawyer or anything. I'll just go there just to annoy them, just to take up their time for doing all that crap, even if I lose the case. And they take the video down or whatever, unless they're trying to take my channel, in which case things will get a little more serious. At any point, it's not something that's easily automated. We're very used to things on the internet being sort of done for us, like, oh, I just click this button and suddenly I make money from ads. It's like, yeah, but in a lot of real-life scenarios, to get into advertising or to make a billboard, there's all sorts of paperwork and documents and stuff you need to sign, and it's all sort of streamlined for us as YouTubers, so people just sort of ignore the smaller channels and the lesser traffic people because of the fact that they probably won't get a lot of money out of it. But once you start to get into the bigger names, then they will exercise their legal rights, whether or not they're correct or good people for doing so. It's just the nature of the beast. It is the world that we live in with musical copyrights and stuff. So for that reason, I absolutely always recommend that people have the rights to every song they ever put on their channel. Do look up Creative Commons musicians. And like I said, the reason I use Kevin MacLeod is because I don't need to know his library of hundreds of songs super well, because I can search them very easily. But if you do want to get to know a different musician's library, then I recommend that. You would have your own style and flavor, and it's probably something that I should do. It's just not something that I do because I haven't built it into my schedule. So that's all I have to say about music, and you can see why I make such slow progress on this place. I don't know why, it's just between all the minerals and stuff getting in the way, and the monsters constantly attacking me. I'm mouse wheeling down. Why isn't it getting slower? That's strange. That's very strange. It's not slowing down my camera at all. Huh. My spectator mode must be broken or something. Anyways, I gotta clear all this area out. I hope I didn't chop up the camera too much. There's definitely some times that I noticed it was screwy. It wasn't focused on me or focused on the action, but that's what happens when you try and split your attention between two different screens. I don't know. We'll see how it works out. Ooh, we could get someone else to be a cameraman for an episode. Wouldn't that be interesting? I'm sensing a collaboration with Beadnox in the future. Not sure how well that would work out, but it would be interesting. Anyways, yeah, that's my rant on music. I'm gonna finish chopping this place up. Don't forget, add me on Twitter if you want to discuss anything you saw here today. I read my comments fairly often, but the problem is once people have watched a video, they never go back to the video. So I like to reply to people, but I like Twitter for having other people able to see the answers to my questions. It's the same reason teachers encourage you to ask questions, is because they want other people to see the answer so that they're not repeating themselves 10,000 times. It's really an exercise to keep yourself sane. Anyways, yeah. I will talk to you guys next time. Don't forget to check out hermitcraft.com for all your favorite Hermitcraft stuff. Or add me on Patreon if you want to be a part of this Bumcraft server. It's coming along nicely. We're finally starting to get rid of lag. I put in a ticket to have them remove some of the lag we have. It has been an unfortunate issue that I hope is being addressed. And that is for part of being a Patreon donor thing. And I will talk to you guys next time.